Hi guys, it's Finn here, and I'm just doing a vid catch-up, because I said I would update once I had my appointment yesterday at the Laurels. So I had my second appointment at the Laurels Gender Identity Clinic yesterday. Saw Steve, and it was really good. He's given me another appointment for the 20th of February, so that'll be my third appointment with him. And he's made me an appointment to see the doctor, Dr. Dean. The way they do it is it's the doctor that gets to say whether he'll prescribe tea, and I'm seeing that doctor on the 26th of March. So that's great news, and I'm hoping that he will prescribe straight away. So with any luck, I will have a bum full of testosterone by the end of March, early April at the latest. So that's fab news, right? Fab news. So why do I sound a little bit meh? I'm just feeling quite low. I really am. I came out of there feeling just quite disappointed, and I feel bad for feeling disappointed. I don't know, I think I was just a little bit hopeful that because my appointments at the Laurels have been so quick and close together that I might end up having an appointment around mid-late Feb to see the tea doctor and things be a bit quicker. But that's not how it's panned out. But it's only just a couple of days over 9 weeks away. I've just worked it out on my calendar. So it's not long. And I feel a bit selfish kind of saying, oh God, I want it now. Because I know guys wait a lot longer. And certainly if I'd have stayed at Charing Cross, I wouldn't be this close to tea. I wouldn't at all, I do know that. I think, as I said in my last video, I'm just physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually exhausted at the moment. It's such hard work to do this, to not let it really drag you down, you know, to keep up with daily life things and maintain a good head state. It's not easy. You know, I've been living as male now for almost a year. It'll be a year on the 26th of this month. It's amazing. A year since, you know, I've been out fully as male. And I just feel like, you know, I've done my time. I know that this is what I want to do. I want to go on tea. I absolutely know that this is what I want to do. So I just feel like I'm ready and I want it now. So yeah, I don't mean to be selfish, and I know that I'm lucky that it's close. I'm just trying to say how it is. You know, I've always tried to be honest in life, and I'm here, and I just want to say how it is and be honest about the fact that, God, I just want it all to start now. I was also a bit frustrated because I asked Steve about top surgery, and he said it'd be about a year, which is cool, you know, it's not too bad. Again, it'd be quicker than Charing Cross. But it's just like, oh, I want that now. And I just felt like actually talking to him didn't go as well as it had gone last time in a lot of ways. I think this is my paranoia. When I've got low mood, I get very paranoid and worried about what people think. But, I mean, he brought up some difficult stuff from my childhood, which didn't help. Some stuff I don't particularly like talking about, but I did, and that wasn't very nice. And I just felt like I wasn't explaining things properly. You know, it's my life is full of paradox, really, and I find this hard to explain. You know, the way I live my life is very much of a spiritual kind of perspective, and from a positive point of view. So, you know, I try not to dwell on stuff. So I won't just kind of sit there and say, you know, oh, it's really bad, it's really bad. I'll kind of like go, it's really bad, but it's really good. And I think I come across as confusing. I don't know. Tell me, do I come across as confusing? Because on the one hand, you know, my life is the best it's ever been, because, you know, I realise I'm trans and I realise there's something I can do about it, etc., etc. So it's the best it's ever been, but at the same time, it's the hardest it's ever been, because trying to live as male on a daily basis when you sound female and look female, and you're trying to be a different way in the world and cope with having to go in male changing rooms, male bathrooms, and all this kind of stuff. It's hard. So yeah, it's the best thing that's ever happened to me, and the worst. I'm in the best place in my life, and the worst. And trying to explain these paradoxes to people it's not easy. Oh, I don't know. So I can't even explain it now to you. So I just came out of there feeling a bit frustrated, thinking, did he get me? Does this guy get me? I don't know. It doesn't feel like in a way that he's going to be, oh no, you can't have testosterone. I don't mean like that. It's just, I don't know. I just worry if I'm explaining myself properly. Oh God, I'm just so frustrated at the moment that I just don't feel I'm getting myself across with things. As I said in my last vid, it's just hard at the moment. It's hard. What I forgot to say is that my doctor's actually suggested going on a low-dose antidepressant just to help kind of higher my mood and lower my anxiety a bit. It's only low dose. But I've not taken anything for a couple of years now, and I'm of the anti-medication belief for myself. I'm not saying for everyone, but the therapy I went through was very much anti-medication. They kind of wean you off it in the therapy I'm in, which I resisted, but I get now. And I like that way of being, because I do actually really feel, I've said this before, you've got to feel it to heal it. I don't think that putting a sticking plaster over something that can't get the air to it is healthy. Not long term anyway. I think talking therapy and facing the issues and bringing them out is what gets you well. A tablet can often kind of like suppress stuff, and that's not helpful long term. So this is going to take a shift in my view to decide whether to take these antidepressants or not. I really don't know. I've been set on them since, a couple of weeks ago, and I really don't know what to do about it. But maybe taking them short term would help, because at the moment I'm really struggling with low mood, and when my low mood hits, what I want to do is hide under the duvet. That's how it kind of like manifests in me. And I'm battling quite frequently on a daily basis to get up. The instinct is like, no, I just can't face the day. And right now, I want to just sleep till March the 26th. So I don't have to face anything anymore. Just wake me up on March the 26th and stick me in the ass with testosterone. So yeah, maybe having a low-dose antidepressant just for a short period of time would lower my anxiety enough and lift my mood enough just to help me with a bit more get up and go, to get out there and do stuff. I don't know. I'm still torn between a rock and a hard place between the two things. I do think all this has come to the surface now because I think going to see Steve has just brought it all out in the open. As you know, and it needs to be out in the open. But I think this whole last year, I've been doing what I can have a tendency to do. I used to be like really full of self-pity, and often I can go the other way now and just be minimalising things a bit too much. And I think I minimalised it a lot, especially to other people, because I was very afraid that if I said I'm having doubts, fears, worries, etc., that people would say, well, if you're having worries, then maybe you're not trans. I've been very scared about that. But, the doubts are there, the fears are there, and I've got to face them. And, yeah. I saw a video on YouTube today, actually, about this. It was a guy talking about, he's 6 months into his transition, and he was reading out a list of fears that he'd written before he started medically transitioning. And I absolutely related to every single one of these fears. And it was lovely to see him 6 months on and actually looking back and going, wow, I can't believe I was scared of this, it's all fine now, etc., etc. And that was really inspiring, and that's what I've got to hold on to, really, that how I'm feeling now is quite normal, that, I'm petrified that I'm going to go on T, and then that's not going to be enough for me. I'm not going to change quickly enough or well enough. I'm not going to pass well enough, and then I'm going to want top surgery, and that's going to be another year of waiting and feeling uncomfortable, and then I'm going to not know what to do about my lower half, and am I ever going to be comfortable in myself? And God, I wish all this had never come to the surface. I wish I was just normal. I wish oh God, all of this sort of stuff. It's just massive amount of fears. And yeah, speaking to trans guys, listening to trans guys, I know that this is normal. And I know, and I've seen them come out the other side and feel so much more positive and comfortable in their own skin. So I know that I can get there. It's just that right now, even though I know on a knowledge base, actually feeling it in my heart that it's going to be alright, it's quite hard. I'm finding that quite difficult. What was good yesterday was that we travelled up to Exeter with, Nat came with me, by the way. We travelled up to Exeter with Chris and his partner Nikki. And that was really helpful, actually, because Chris is about, I think, a year and a half ahead of me in terms of transition. And just seeing how he's grown into himself and how amazing he looks, and how much more comfortable he is in himself, was really inspiring. and also to see how Nikki is with him and how they are as a couple was really inspiring and reassuring in terms of me and Nat. So yeah, that was a really positive experience. I think I need a bit more of that. I've said that, haven't I? So yeah, that was really helpful as well. I don't know. I don't want this to come across as negative, and I'm sorry if it is, because the last thing I ever want to be is negative. That's not the way I am, and I'm not after a pity party, as the Americans call it. I love that. Don't want a pity party. It's not that. I'm just trying to be very honest about where I am, because that's who I am. I'm honest in life and honest on here. I want to share my journey honestly, warts and all. So yeah, that's where I am at the moment. I am really, 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 really over the moon that I'm at the Laurels, and Steve is great, and that it's only 9 weeks till tea, and that I feel my whole package of care there is going to be so much better. It's great. But I've got to acknowledge how I'm feeling right now, because that's part of getting better, isn't it? It's about acknowledging where I am now. And yes, although things are really good, I've also got to say that it's quite difficult right now. Paradox again. Someone please tell me they get this paradox thing. No, I'm not alone with this. So yes, all in all, my day in Exeter yesterday was positive. We had loads of giggles with Chris and Nikki. Went round their house as well, met their kids and the crazy dogs. That was a really, really good laugh, and it was lovely to share that with Nat and the four of us together, and it was just amazing. And Chris was really, really reassuring and kind of affirmed that it was okay to feel how I was feeling, that it was all right to be frustrated. It's normal and it's going to happen. So yes, it was a positive day overall. I'm just in a bit of a slump right now, and I just want to share that, and hopefully it will help me and others as well. And I just take heart from everybody else that shares on YouTube and is lovely enough to share their stories with me, because it gives me hope and inspiration and knowledge that this will pass. Things are going to get better. There is a place I will reach where I will be comfortable in my own skin and much happier, and it's going to be alright. So yeah, thank you everybody for your support through all of this. It's going to be alright. But I'm going to go. I will update soon. I'm going to see my mum soon, and I'm going to try and get her to do a vid. I've been trying to get her to do a vid for a while, so watch out for that. So yes, good things, people. Take care of yourselves. I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.